Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Almost Saturday podcast, and I am your host, Brad Colbert, or better known in the gaming circles as Texas Tangler. Thank you, each and every one of you, for joining us this week. I hope you are ready for some college football discussion because week 1 of the season is in the books, and it was an awesome, epic week. Each and every game, there was some duds, but for the most part, every game was as expected and lived up to the hype. So take a seat and gather around. We're going to discuss this week's games that happened and going to preview next week's games. And we got a little bit of stories about college football in between, so stay with us. If you could, go ahead and like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on iTunes, and leave us a review. You can stream our episodes on Google Play Music. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We add our episodes on there now for your viewing pleasure. Any questions, comments, you want to contribute to the topic box, shoot us an email at almosthalfway1@gmail.com. We're also on the TuneIn app. That's the way you prefer to catch podcasts. Check us out on there and subscribe. We also are using our Twitter handle now. That's Almost Saturday. Follow us there. For everything The Almost Saturday Podcast, check us out at thealmostsaturdaypodcast.com.
Get the wind blues.
I'm going to bring in the man that's sitting to my left now. And he is the man that has way too many titles, and that list grows each and every week. He is the man that killed Spree, Mr. Halfway to the Halfway. He stole the guns straight off the battleship. Ladies and gentlemen, the gun show is not in town, but this man has plenty of tickets. Please welcome the man formerly known as Green Cardinal, the captain himself, Chris, Mark After Dark. Cool.
Hey, you got me on now, bro? A little delayed there. But thanks, guys, for tuning in tonight. I'm cocked and ready to rock. Can't wait to talk about football since we're 1 week down.
We're in the midst of it.
Exactly.
And something else we're in the midst of is this man joining us at this time. This man is Johnson. And this man is also Traffic Cop of the Year 2005. And he is a card-holding member of the cleanup crew. He is official toilet flusher of the International Space Station. Joining me to my right, my co-host. He is none other, not udder, or a rudder. The Biz, Justin Bailey.
Hello, welcome to the show. We've got a lot of, I think college football season started. I don't know.
It may have. Got a few games.
Just a couple. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, if you lost, you don't really care.
Is that just just throwing that up? Just anybody to catch?
I'm just going to throw it out there that Auburn lost. But
so we're just going to dive right into it?
Yeah, let's just do it.
Auburn lost? What?
Don't rub it in, man.
Rub what in, bro?
So, did I send that picture to you guys with the twister board?
Yes, you sent that before you posted it on Facebook. Actually,
okay. Yeah. So I saw that on Reddit, and it was a twister board with the spinning arrow and had 3 quarterbacks and a wildcat up in the top corner.
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, honestly, that's what it felt like. Apparently that was the plan the whole time. It was just a weird plan. Like, I was talking to my old roommate and from Auburn, and he or one of us said, this is exactly what Gene Chizik did in his last year. I was like, Yeah.
You
that's
know,
not good. Because
I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but and you know, this is only the first game, so
yeah,
this is nowhere near indicative of anything that could happen for the rest of the year.
right.
So you have two paths that Auburn's going to take now. They're either going to go completely in the dumps and get a new head coach,
Yeah. Right.
or
Be,
this is going to be their only loss of the season, and they're just going to win out.
go. Yeah.
And this is going to be their year.
Yeah. Sure.
That's usually the way it goes. Like
It's either one or the other. It's never
like
yeah.
when they win it, they win every single game
And it's usually
by
a miracle play.
by like a miracle play.
Yeah.
And nobody expected it. And the next year they're just back down to
Well, I mean, honestly, I was expecting a really bad showing.
Well, I think I told you last week that
were your expectations? How were your expectations?
My
met?
expectations were met, or my expectations were exceeded on defense. Because we've struggled on defense for so long. Like, we just haven't. And they were talking about how we have, like, some of the shortest safeties and cornerbacks at least in that game. And how, you know, there was a height disadvantage. But so we got a new defensive coordinator this year, finally. And, like, defense was the only thing that was working for us. I mean, they had some slip ups, but they were playing the potential Heisman frontrunner.
right.
So, you know, he's going to air it out. And they had one of their wide receivers, I forget his name, but he got injured last year, and this was his first game back. And, you know, he's like just jumping up and catching them. And it was just like, oh, my God, stop. But, I mean, offense, I was worried about because, one, we don't – like, Auburn's been known for producing running backs, like, nonstop. Well, we got nothing. Like, we lost two guys.
You
And
just need to get another Cam Newton,
yeah, that'd be nice.
like a running back, a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, with the all around.
Pony up the cash, man.
I know, right? They got it. No, and you know, like, we've lost pretty decent wide receivers. Like, we've never been wide receiver crazy, but anyways, so the offense was definitely a question mark going in, and
And a question mark
now
going
it's like
out.
several question marks going out. So
Maybe they'll turn it around though.
hopefully, I feel like Jeremy Johnson, he came in and he was actually driving the ball down the field, and then the next series, Sean White's coming back in. So I feel like it just establishes to the team that the coaches don't have faith that there's a clear leader, you know? And maybe it's the quarterbacks that aren't stepping up to do that, which, okay. But you got to give them a chance, you know? And I mean, who's to say that if we just kept one guy the whole game, it wouldn't have been like 19-0. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't have got anything, but I don't know. So,
Well, okay. I think the Auburn game was on par for what I predicted.
right. Yeah. Close.
Did we put game predictions out?
We
Scores?
did. Well, I don't think we put score. Well,
We did.
Yeah, actually,
Bama.
we did. No,
Me
for
and
Bama.
Justin
yeah.
and I did because we do pick them, and you.
I forgot to do it. Sorry, guys. I kind of wish I would have. Because is it too late?
You can do this week's. You can do this week's.
Is it too what?
You can sign up.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I thought it was like you had to start before
No.
the first of the season, and I was like,
So Auburn, I saw one series where, if I'm not mistaken, there's Jeremy Johnson, Sean White, and who's the other guy?
James Franklin III, JF3.
He was the quarterback, and he was driving,
Yeah.
and he got pulled.
Yeah, because they wouldn't let him throw it. They would only let him run, but it was all like a read option.
So
And
when he comes in, the defense goes, all right, we're loading the box. We know what's going to happen.
Exactly. So I don't know. Gus Malzahn said they were trying to keep Clemson on their toes. I mean, they kind of did, from Clemson's coach saying they had to Google, what was it?
The wing tee.
The wing tee formation. So
so do you think Gus has to go?
no,
Well, I've seen so many posts like that on Facebook.
there's
Gus, he's got to go. I was like, come on, bro. It's the first game.
if he wins out, people will be like, he's the best in the world. It's just
I mean, the score really
I
wasn't
get it.
terrible considering who they were playing.
Exactly. Number
13
2.
to 19.
Yeah.
They played number 2 in the country. What was Auburn ranked?
Nothing.
Exactly.
0.
So, I mean, I wouldn't really consider that. I mean, I would consider a loss, obviously.
It's a loss, but
I wouldn't.
I feel more comfortable.
They did better than I thought they would.
That's exactly. I thought if offense wasn't going to work, it was just going to get way out of hand. But luckily, defense stayed in there.
Yeah. So I think there's hope this year.
Yeah,
I feel as of this week. Who are they playing next week?
Arkansas State tomorrow.
So tickets are going to be free.
No, I mean Arkansas State's usually.
Is it obviously in the Auburn?
It's in Auburn. Yeah.
You want to go?
No.
I think that's a game that was negotiated because Malzahn coached there.
He did. Yeah,
did he really?
Right. Yeah.
That's where he went
cool.
after he left.
Was offensive coordinator.
So cool.
Yep.
Well,
So
Enough about that.
how about that death of the USC dynasty, huh?
Man, you just
I will say what was your score prediction last week?
he didn't make one.
Why didn't you make one?
Superstitious.
Because you're
Not
too
making
superstitious, bro.
I had to make one on the
Can you make one this week?
no. I had to make one on the pick'em thing, and I picked
You
45
abstained?
to 14 or something
You
like that.
abstained?
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah,
Can you abstain?
I'm abstaining.
Yeah, I think I picked 23-20.
I picked 34.
It was not that.
I picked 34-17. I thought it would be closer, to be honest, because you got to think the first game of the year.
Yeah.
Everybody's charged. Everybody's like in the zone, and that's when you're underdogs, as evident in some of the other games throughout.
Yeah,
that's
right.
when some of the other dogs really kind of
Leap.
Push through.
yeah push through.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting a 52-6 win. However, it did, as in usual fashion, Alabama did take almost a quarter and a half, almost 2 quarters to
Start
warm up.
getting it.
Well, that's a lot of new players kind of jumping into their roles.
but that's-
And they're playing in
Dallas.
Cowboy Stadium. So
Yeah, so it was a neutral stadium.
Hey, get this. Alabama had more wins in Cowboy Stadium last year
Than the Cowboys?
Than the Cowboys did.
That's sad. Poor Cowboys.
ouch, that sucks.
How come I haven't seen that as a meme or something?
I know. Wow.
Can you make a meme?
Can I make a meme? Yeah, I can make a
that?
meme.
Can
Just
you
make a
okay.
Dallas Cowboy meme or the stadium, and just be like, Alabama's won here more than Dallas. Dallas.
Well, I was particularly impressed with.
And they run through our like through a tin horn, man, and we could not stop them.
I mean, what were you? Can you tell me what your most impressed thing about the Alabama game was?
About the Alabama game,
The Alabama game.
Jalen Hurts.
You think he's the man?
I did not expect him to play because they came out and said that it was going to be Cooper Bateman and Blake Barnett.
Yeah,
were
Cooper
were
Bateman
final
didn't even
two.
play.
Cooper Bateman got knocked down to 3.
I know.
He's third on the
thought he
depth
was
chart
first.
now. I thought he would be
was
first
one
too.
in the game because isn't he like a returning?
He's a junior.
Yeah,
And Blake Barnett is a
might as well.
red-
He should just go ahead and turn and become a wide receiver or something.
well, he was a wide receiver. That's the funny
I mean,
thing.
he should just go back to doing that because.
Well, Blake Barnett is a redshirt freshman, and Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts is a true freshman.
Yeah,
And Jalen Hurts has a cannon on him.
that's good. We need that. Alabama needs that.
And not just a cannon where I'm going to sling the ball around, but he's poised. He makes good decisions. He's calm.
Well, he was the first game. At least part of the
that's
first
all
game.
we've seen of him.
I know.
So
That's, what I'm saying. I think the jury is still out, in my opinion. My jury's still out, at least.
I mean, he came in
But
when the score was, he was from behind. So, I mean, granted, it was only like
3
6 points.
Yeah,
It might have been 3, but
3
I can't
points.
remember. But, you know, still.
yeah. I mean,
The team
technically still from
wasn't
behind,
solidified behind him.
But I mean, it was the first game. Have you ever played a game, like a video game or anything for that matter, and the first time you play it, you're like, oh, wow, I'm doing really good. And then you keep playing it and you're like, crap, I can't. How come the first time I ever did it, I got really good? I did something, because I wasn't thinking about it, right? You weren't trying to do well. I mean, I know he was trying to do well, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beginner's luck. That's the only thing I fear about it.
Maybe, but
So maybe they'll come around. Let's just hope.
another thing that I was impressed with, and this is on USC's side, was number 2, Adoree Jackson, I believe is his name.
Talking about Usain Bolt,
Seriously, that had to have been.
it must have
Something.
been like his cloned.
He ran down our running back twice, just hawked him.
I mean, I know one play, our running back was 80 yards.
Oh, he broke free.
And
the defense was nowhere in sight.
80 yards. And that number 2 just came up and then tackled him on like the 1 yard line.
He was the only guy near him.
It was impressive. I will say that. He's probably one of the fastest guys I've ever seen.
And also, did you see the USC player? One of the players was going to help the Bama player up, and the other USC player
I saw that.
Just stomped our guy in the nuts.
That is God. Why would you do that?
Did he get ejected?
He got ejected.
Okay,
and so he can't play.
He can't. Well, here's his punishment.
What's the punishment?
He got ejected, and he has to sit out the first half of the next game. At least
he has to sit out an entire half, pretty much.
And he has to write an apology letter to that Alabama player.
Sorry,
an apology letter.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Okay, I don't care about that. But I'm just saying, like, why would you do that? Why would you think that somebody
is frustrated?
There was a camera that wouldn't see that.
No, I mean,
what's going through these? I mean, I understand people get frustrated.
Yeah, I mean,
but when your reputation is on the line, if you're playing that kind of level of football,
you're not going to get very far.
No. If you're playing that kind of level of football in college, USC, Alabama, that means you are pretty much trying out to become a professional,
right?
Professional football player.
Yeah,
that's what your goal is to be if you're on that level.
Also,
so why would you tarnish your reputation like that?
Also,
kids, man.
These guys, they like the commentators said, these guys, they practiced all summer. They had pictures of Alabama. All they ate, slept, breathed.
Roll.
All they thought about was Alabama. We're going to come out and we're going to shock the world. We're going to beat Alabama.
And then it didn't go.
And they still only scored 6 points.
Yeah,
exactly. So you'd be frustrated.
That's why they're so mad.
Well, I mean, but I'm just saying, like,
and it felt so good to watch USC go down like that.
Man.
Oh my gosh!
Just embarrassed.
You got a hard on?
I had a hard on that
Did you
whole
have a hard
game.
on?
Oh my gosh, it was.
I'm glad that we went to Monica's parents' house.
It was so satisfying to watch that game.
It was so satisfying to have a boner the entire time.
Every touchdown was like just a dagger.
Yep, I know, man.
Just a dagger into what?
USC's fake dynasty.
Yeah.
So okay. Out of last week. Oh, I'm sorry.
But before you go on, I think I sent this to you guys, but this was funny while we're talking on the stomp.
Yeah.
Somebody said that they wrote an article and they thought that what they referred to as the dick stomp. They thought that it actually ignited Alabama and
I mean, it could have
brought them back, ignited them.
Maybe it gave them all hard-ons. I don't know.
It says, I firmly believe the dick stomp is the play that turned the tide.
What quarter was that in?
No pun intended.
I think it was the second quarter.
Was it?
Uh-oh. Maybe it is a correlation.
And there's a little graph right here.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
It says pre-dick stomp Bama, points 10, post-dick stomp Bama, 42.
I mean, he stumped that dirty dick in the ground, man.
Pre-dick stomp Bama
that.
yards per play, 4.83. Post-dick stomp Bama yards per play, 12.88.
Man. Watch out. Don't do that.
So who's going to sacrifice their nuts throughout the season?
Yeah.
So I just thought that was pretty funny.
Could you imagine that? Okay, who's going to sacrifice their nuts?
Who's doing it this week? Flip a coin. Wasn't there another game? I feel like it was like Notre Dame or Texas or...
I think I know what you're talking about.
Somebody got... punched or
you're talking about the LSU and Wisconsin game where the guy went down
and then he just clocked him, right?
Yeah, but do you think that he actually saw him go down and did that, or do you think that he actually didn't see him?
I saw Les Miles' conference after.
Yeah,
the game.
he was like, I don't think he's a malicious player.
I mean,
that's what Les Miles says.
It looked suspicious.
It would really like. I'd have to study the video to try to come at a
like. Was he not looking there, and then he just saw a guy get up and run, or
start
running?
First of all, it looked like a clothesline because the guy wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
If he were to have literally been in the run, he wouldn't have gone down like that because he would have been expecting.
Yeah, and he would have
you know.
Yeah.
So we'll say that, but I don't know if, based off what I know now and what I saw, it could go either way. I would have to study the film.
You'd have to know the player,
the angles. Well,
I'd say you'd have to know the player.
But you could study the film and be like, okay, well, when he actually went to the ground, because when he actually went to the ground, the guy was actually looking at something else, maybe.
Yeah.
And then I'm giving the guy the benefit of the doubt, okay? Looking at something else, possibly. And it's really loud there.
Yeah.
So you can't always hear a whistle. So
And you get up and you see that guy running with the ball.
Because that's what he was doing. He was running with the ball.
Yeah, he was.
So what's your natural reaction?
And his other team is around him.
Right. Yeah,
I can't really cast a judgment
unless it happens again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, then again, I mean, if it's legitimately like a mistake, I mean, it's still a penalty, and
he still got it.
But when I first saw it on video, I mean, it looks like, oh wow, why did that guy do that? Yeah. That's a cheap shot. Yeah. But when Les Miles explained it, I was like, well, I could kind of see it that way, but I would have to study the film to maybe be convinced 100% that that's really what.
If that guy writes an apology letter, I'll believe him.
I don't.
Well, when I saw it, I was like,
more of the benefit of doubt than the guy stumping the nuts.
When I saw it, I was like,
did you?
I first saw it and I said, like split second thinking. I knew that he went down and I knew that he got up celebrating. Then I saw the guy smack him.
Yeah, right.
And I thought, what just happened? Did I had to think back and I said, wait a minute, did he actually go down?
Right. Oh yeah, I
had to think back to
that's what I was
recall
thinking.
if he went down or not.
Like he was nobody else was paying attention.
I honestly, from what I know now, I wouldn't be so quick to judge that it was malicious. I kind of take Les Miles.
Yeah, because you have to know the player.
You have to know the player. But also, after he did that, he went over to the sideline, just put a towel over his head. I was like, crap, you know?
Yeah.
Well, he was getting yelled at.
Well, I mean,
it would have been different if he got up and started talking trash to him or something. Yeah. Or he wouldn't shut up going off the sidelines.
From what I've got now, it appears that it could have been an accident.
Okay.
Inadvertent, maybe because when you're not expecting it, if I'm just running and I'm not expecting somebody to clothesline me, when they clothesline me, I'm going to get clotheslined.
Yeah, obviously.
But if I'm expecting it,
and as a player, you're taught if anybody's running with the ball, tackle them.
Yeah, because you never know. I mean, crazy stuff's happened where it's like play's still going.
I'm not necessarily
you guys
giving them a free ride. I'm just saying from what I know now, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
And that's another thing. I'm kind of iffy on the rule, but I tend to not really like it. But you know how refs will throw the flag very quickly?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter if it was intentional or not. No. You got to throw the flag.
Not that. When players are tiptoeing the sideline and then they'll step out and the player's already running at them to hit them.
Yeah.
Just push them out and they're like, oh, flag.
Yeah.
He hit him out of bounds. Well, what are you supposed to do?
He's got his momentum carrying him forward.
And not even that. The guy's gonna tiptoe the sideline until somebody comes over there and makes a move towards him.
Right. Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. I mean, it is a little. I mean, there's obvious blatant like pushing them out of bounds. Not pushing them out of bounds, but like hitting them out of bounds while they're out of bounds. And then there's those little like taps where you're just like, get out.
Yeah.
Nope. Flag.
Well,
you guys want to see a cool Easter egg?
If he legitimately didn't mean to do, like if it was a legitimate accident, he didn't hear it, he didn't see him go down, and
yeah,
I mean, what can you do? I mean, it's still a penalty,
right?
But,
you guys want to see a cool Easter egg?
Aren't you not supposed to tell us that there's an Easter egg?
Well, you can't really see it. You can't really see it, but
is there a corn dog with LSU? Oh my gosh!
My hatred for LSU.
You need to have something that says they're great.
Well, the only thing that kind of is negative about that is they make the SEC look like maybe Big 10, Big 12, right?
Yeah,
I don't care really.
Yeah, I get it.
As long as Alabama's the number one, I really.
While
don't
we're
care.
on the topic of LSU, got a little interesting.
LSU.
LSU. Got an interesting little theory. Conspiracy theory, maybe even that I'd like to float that No. Somebody brought this up.
Okay.
This was floated on a talk show today, I think. And I don't disagree with it. I think it's actually has a lot of, I guess, logic behind it. So, I guess you heard that Steve Sarkisian was hired by Alabama.
Yeah.
I heard about
and
that.
he's the drunk coach from USC.
Drunk.
Yeah. He got fired for alcoholism.
But then he tried to sue him because that's a disability or something, right?
Whatever. Anyways.
Everybody's.
Yep.
He's a great offensive coordinator, though.
Okay.
Great offensive mind.
When he's lit.
Well, alcoholism aside, it's a football move, as Nick Saban said.
Right. Okay.
So everybody laughed when they hired Lane Kiffin.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't like Lane Kiffin. I didn't like him. I was like, I'm going to let Nick Saban do his job. That's what I said. Turned out to be a great hire. So, anyways, they hire Steve Sarkisian. On the surface, everybody says, well, there's a lot of talk about Lane Kiffin possibly getting a head coach job after this season, possibly even an Auburn head coaching job if Gus tanks.
Yeah, sure.
So Nick Saban's playing one move ahead, and he's just hiring him as an analyst just to groom him and see if he works out in the system, and then he's going to just plug him in when Lane leaves.
Right.
But here's where the conspiracy theory kind of takes a little turn. This is really interesting. So LSU is struggling on offense right now.
True.
Nick Saban's always the guy that's, smartest guy in the room, always, 4 or 5 steps ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
You think that he hired Steve Sarkisian knowing that LSU was going to need an offensive coordinator a few months down the road or even very soon?
Okay, yeah.
Just to keep LSU from hiring him?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Put him on payroll, keep him.
We're going to, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because maybe they
just choke out LSU.
They don't want him. They don't want him out there.
Yep.
They'd be like, well, we'll take him. We'll keep him over here. That's not a crazy theory.
Put him on payroll. I mean, they can use him. They can't have that many coordinators. There's a NCAA rule against that.
But he's an analyst, right?
He's an analyst.
Like
he can contribute and
he's just taking notes.
Help.
Yeah, that's funny.
I thought that was pretty smart. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I think that might be.
But why would you be so paranoid about LSU though? Like their offense, especially if you don't know what they're going to be.
That's the team that's been the big rival to Alabama and the SEC.
But I'm saying like they just imploded last year at the end of last year, and then
don't let them come back up.
True. Yeah, I can see that. Keep them down. That'd be funny. I mean, I guess we'll never know, but
yeah, I mean, you're not going to know somebody's intentions.
Yeah,
but.
You can't go out and say, well, we don't want them to have them, so we'll take them. I mean, yeah. So, oh, man. It was a crazy week. Football.
It was. And
I actually, legitimately watched the games. Like, usually it's, background noise for me. But, these games were, getting down to it.
My gosh.
And I was like,
Week
what?
1 was...
This spoiled me for the rest of the season.
Exactly. Why can't okay, seriously. Every week could be like this. If teams didn't schedule cupcake teams
like this,
we could have awesome games like this every week if they didn't pad their schedule.
Yeah, I know.
But you might want to go back one.
Man.
Getting ahead of yourself.
Man.
Houston upset Oklahoma.
That's crazy.
I didn't think that they were going to win, but I knew they were going to give them a run for their money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
And I think I called the Georgia-North Carolina game.
Yeah.
And I believe I said that Ole Miss was going to lose to FSU. Like they said they were going to get chopped, which I didn't. When I first tuned in, I was like, oh, they're behind. Wow. Florida State, this Jimbo Fisher Florida State team has just got a knack for coming from behind.
Yeah, seriously, that. I mean, the score kept going up for Ole Miss, and I was just sitting there like, wow, this is crazy.
I even text you guys during the game. I'm like, why does Ole Miss always have something that just some kind of garbage luck that goes their way?
Yeah, I know.
Because the FSU player, he was just running.
Yeah.
And the ball just comes out of his hand.
It just fell out like voodoo magic.
He was just changing hands and the ball just comes out and rolls out of bounds.
How many times has he done that in practice and it's been like nothing? Or the rest of the game? I know, that's crazy.
But luckily that didn't actually affect the outcome of the game. But
yeah,
I mean, just stuff like that is always in an Ole Miss game.
I know. Yeah. They got some of that Les Miles magic.
Les Miles needs to eat some more grass.
Yeah.
Shut up, boy. I'm grazing over here.
I'm grazing. You want to win? Let me graze.
And then finally, Texas and Notre Dame.
Good game.
Did you notice a lot of these games went to overtime?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were even matchups, I believe.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Shocking, right?
Yeah. You schedule a quality opponent week 1 and you get overtime.
Fight. Yeah. I mean, I was just, and then earlier this week, I texted you, I was like, so what games are we going to cover this weekend? And we look at the schedule and it's like, ugh. Really? Like it
You're just spoiled.
to pick a game that's decent is like
Pulling teeth.
yeah, it's like oh. Well, I guess we could do the Virginia Tech Tennessee because it's at Bristol Motor Speedway, but
And then we got to pick our favorite teams just because
they're playing. But it's just like okay, here we go. I mean, anything could happen, but still.
the Texas Notre Dame game. I think Chris was really excited for that. I think
Oh yeah,
for some reason he was on fire for Texas.
He kept texting about that.
What about them Texas?
Yeah, like I don't know. What about them?
Yeah, they were losing when we got the text.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh yeah, okay. Well, good insight there, buddy. Bucko.
And during that game, I listened to a couple old episodes, and I know I said this on the podcast before, but Notre Dame did something that I said that I wanted to see this season. Did you find the clip?
I looked on that one episode, and I couldn't. I think it might be the episode where we talked about like the 25 annoying things.
Well, I listened to that one too. I listened all the way back to like 35.
Oh,
but
wow.
I don't know. Anyways, I said I wanted to see a team run the point after back for 2 points because I'd never seen that.
Yeah,
Seen it in video games.
yeah. And you're like,
And I'm like, I want to see that happen this season.
when he was running back, I was like,
And then I tune in
See?
first week of the year.
there it is.
And then I look, I see the point after blocked, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then he picks up the ball and starts running. I'm like, no way.
No, he can't. Like I think I switched the channel to it. It might have been during the replay, but all I saw was him catching it. So I was sitting there. I was like, oh, they just ran a punt return back, and then like they played the whole thing, and I was like, what? Like, and then I'm sitting there. I'm like, how many points did they get for that?
Well, yeah, they get 2, but what do they call that? They call the kick 6 a pat 2.
I guess, yeah.
You talking about Houston? Sorry,
No, the
Notre Dame.
Yeah, when Notre Dame
Was it
ran
Notre
the point
Dame?
after 2.
Yeah,
When they ran the point after back.
There was another.
No, Houston had the kick 6.
Yeah,
yeah,
sort of.
yeah.
Every
That's
time somebody lines up for a field goal now, they're like, make sure you get that one guy back there.
You never know.
Never know that Alabama-Auburn game. They always say that.
Yeah. And then one day it's going to bite some team in the ass. Like, it's going to be like,
Yeah, they're not
we
going to have it
needed
there.
one more guy up here or something, like, whatever.
And on Sports Center, they were talking about, they said, I don't know why a team in this day and age doesn't have a better defense on the field when they kick a field goal after the Alabama and Auburn game. Because once they kick that field goal, it's just O-linemen that are up there to try to catch that guy that runs the ball back.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, I mean, that's true. You won't catch Alabama doing that.
It's like, it's one of those things where it's like,
You don't think about it until it happens.
well, it's one of
Saban
those
learned
things.
his lesson.
Yeah.
Lost the national title over it, pretty much.
Yeah.
essentially.
Well, I'm saying like, it's one of those things where it's like give or take. Like you get the extra defender up there to block it, maybe, or you sacrifice a guy up there,
A body.
just to get back near the field goal that the kicker might miss. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, is it the gunners that are on the outside, or is that just punting?
It's been a while, bro.
I can't remember if it's just punting, but the gunners, I think, are on the outside.
they're the fast ones that come in around, right?
Yeah, well, they protect.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's on field goals too.
Are you talking offense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, special teams.
Right.
So,
You're kicking.
yeah, I don't know if they would do that on field goals too, but you could have those be your fast guys.
True. Yeah.
But,
All right. So out of week one, what was one thing that you were most impressed with?
Impressed
It could be
or that
with
just stood out?
Or I guess stood out to you.
that the point after that was returned was something that really stood out to me because I've never seen that before.
That's rare, man.
Have you
That is
ever seen a
rare.
point after ran back for 2 points?
You block it. I mean,
You
How
can
many
block
times do
it.
you block it, though? I mean,
How many times have you seen one blocked and ran back for 2 points?
It's 3 yards out.
who knows?
You
I don't know.
So,
That won't ever happen.
like, yeah, we probably won't see that for a while. So
that's what stood out to me.
for me, I guess just personally, just Auburn's defense, just because we've suffered long enough from no defense. So, but now we just need an offense.
You guys had that linebacker back, though, I believe.
Yeah.
The one that was injured.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of it either. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, so I mean, but besides Auburn, it'd probably have to be that point after return.
Well, single point that stood out to me. Well, it wasn't a single point, but
The dick stomp.
well, I mean, it was like
Everybody
That was on a point.
Why would you do that? That was blatant. But anyway, we're over that.
He's not.
Texas is quarterback, freshman quarterback. God, I meant to Google his name to figure out how to pronounce it, but it starts with a B.
Oh, really? Is it like
Bouchel or something?
Bobby Boucher?
I mean, it's something similar to that.
Is there?
But I predict that guy.
He's the best quarterback I've seen since Joe Montana.
I predict that guy being,
NFL?
well,
What?
I don't want to say he's like Manziel.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to make that comparison.
Yeah, I don't want to make that comparison, but college-wise, it looks like he's going to be the next
He could be a top
style, the
top
Tebow,
Okay.
Manziel.
Tebow.
God, I hate
Are you
saying
talking like
Manziel.
the running?
Well, not necessarily the run. I'm just talking about the caliber of quarterback.
Oh, okay.
The ability just to be a leader at,
right.
especially at the age that he is. He's a true freshman.
Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
All right, so what do we have on the week 2 slate of games? I know they're not anything near this week or last week, but
I don't know. We got some
Western Kentucky.
Yeah, them hilltoppers.
the big
Have you
flag.
seen their Have you seen their mascot?
I have, but I can't
looks like
remember.
Is it a
it's
minor?
a hill.
Is it a minor?
It looks like Grimace from McDonald's.
Yes.
It looks just like that, except it's a little bit like it looks like a hill.
The two mascots that make me laugh are Syracuse, that big orange,
Oh yeah,
and the tree.
yeah. What the heck? Like we get that here to Stanford. What are they? What's the
Cardinal.
Cardinal? Yeah. So
just a tree.
Why don't you have a cardinal running around?
That cardinal's a tree, though.
True. Yeah. Whatever.
All right, so week 2 games that stand out, which are kind of hard to pick through because this is
stand out.
Cupcake Week.
Mostly SEC.
This is week 1 pushed back because
Yeah.
everybody scheduled really good games week 1.
Right. So they're like, oh, we got to take a break.
And I thought Virginia Tech and Tennessee were going to play week 1, but
Yeah, I thought that was week 1 too.
it's week 2. And the interesting thing about that game is it's at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah, it's predicted to have the record-breaking
150,000.
Yeah, something like that.
Where? Wait, what?
Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah, it's
Virginia
the
Tech,
it's the
Tennessee.
college football race.
Wait, at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Speedway, yes. They're turning the infield into a football
No
field.
way.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How are you going to, because the stands on a race.
Yeah, they're on one side.
Wait,
right?
what game is this?
First one up there.
Tennessee, Virginia Tech.
Oh, that's weird. I never heard of that before.
It's new. Like, I guess. So, speaking of
weird.
that, is anybody like kind
Because you
of.
can't hear like anything. Because it's going to be like
Yeah,
so.
it's going to be weird.
Okay, yeah.
Is anybody kind of like getting over the whole neutral field thing? Like, we got to play it at an NFL stadium or at a speedway.
For what, the first game?
Any game. Like, okay, maybe the first game.
I think it's all
Well,
about money.
It is.
Obviously.
It's like
It's all about money.
It's like they're trying to get bowl games before the season starts.
It
You know what I
is.
mean? Like,
but the
It's all
schools
about money.
The schools negotiate it. Like Nick Saban negotiates it because
Nick
wants-
Saban doesn't.
Yeah, he does. He really does because he wants to make more money. If you play a neutral game, you make a lot more money than you do home and home. Because if you play home and home,
right.
let's say Bama played USC home and home.
Yeah.
This year, Bama's going to play home, make a lot of money. Next year, they're going to play away,
They're
not going to
lose
make
it.
anything.
Yeah. Okay.
They're going to have to pay a lot to get there, and they're going
Yeah.
to pay all that money.
So then neutral, it's a one-off
Yep.
game. And you keep everything.
Keep everything. Both teams get paid. You're out of there.
Yeah, okay. I
So
see.
it's mutually beneficial for both teams.
But I guess what bugs me is when they say it's a neutral field, but it's really not.
Well, everybody was complaining about
FSU
Texas being not
Yeah.
neutral, and it was more Alabama.
Oh, no, that's stupid. No, that's like almost in the middle
Yeah.
between the two schools. I'm talking about one, Wisconsin at Lambeau Field. I mean, come on. That's home field advantage.
Or
Ish.
Ole Miss and Florida State.
Florida State in Orlando. And then I could have sworn that they said the Oklahoma-Houston game was in Houston, just at like Reliant Stadium or something like that.
It probably was.
I swear they said that. And I'm like, how is this a neutral field? Like, that's so dumb.
It's just not at their home field.
Georgia, North Carolina, right? That was at the Georgia Dome, right?
I think so.
So it's like Athens is like 45 minutes away. What is this? Yeah. Anyways, add that to the list of top 25 annoying things.
I'm going to keep a list over here.
I'm my own list. Okay. Yeah.
We expected, to have to play through a real storm. All right, and we did. Excuse my language.
Auburn's going to play Arkansas State.
Arkansas State. Yep.
That's, as we discussed, Gus's
old school. Yeah, that's where he got picked up from. So that's So
who's going to be your quarterback?
Sean White's going to start, and then James Franklin III is second, and then there was rumors that Jeremy Johnson had quit the team, but somebody, I don't know if it was a news outlet or whatever, or Auburn promotional things, but they took a picture of him at practice today, so he didn't quit the team. So I don't know. Whoever started those rumors was just
poor guy went
trying
from
to scare him off.
He went from Heisman hopeful last year,
man, to just like.
So now he's third on the depth chart.
Now he's third. Yeah, sucks.
Poor guy.
He should, but honestly, he should follow what Cody Burns did and become like a wide receiver or something, because you get that speed, but you also get those trick plays. The Wildcat ones.
Yeah, you're still a quarterback.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, he can throw it. I don't know. I'm kind of getting sick of the trick plays. Like, it used to be fun, but now it's just like embarrassing when you don't get any.
Well,
anywhere.
That's the thing. Your team can't rely, Boise State.
Right.
Your team can't be just trick plays,
right,
or everybody knows you're just going to run trick plays.
Figure it out. Yeah.
And you're looked at as that team that just runs trick plays, and
right.
You're kind of not knocking on you, but I'm saying you're just known as the team that has to rely on trick plays and can't do anything.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember when I went there and I went to games like every week. If you saw a trick play, it was like,
oh, don't get me wrong, it's cool when they pull them out,
exactly,
but you have to save them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's cool when they happen, but then when every play is a trick play, it's like it's not a trick play anymore. It's just your playbook.
Exactly.
That's weird.
That's kind of why I'm not a big fan of Gus's offense, because he likes the whole flashy,
like who's got the ball,
tricky stuff,
read option stuff.
I'm like, dude, come on.
Well, it sucks. He honestly, like, I guess he really has no choice, because those are the quarterbacks that they got.
But he's had time to recruit, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, he never decided to pick up a really good thrower. I don't know why.
Hasn't that
Jeremy Johnson's a good thrower?
Hasn't that been the core of his offense, though? Like, when he had Cam Newton, he was unstoppable.
Right. Yeah. And then everyone's trying to get him to recreate it,
and he even had
Cam Newton was like a one-of-a-kind thing at the time.
He just needs somebody that's even subpar, because he had who was the guy that was before Cam, the white guy?
Yeah.
That he almost beat Alabama with him.
Yeah. Oh my God, Brian Cox? No,
something like that. And then he turned. What was the quarterback last year?
Nick Marshall.
I don't think he was anything that special. Okay, well, Nick Marshall. That's what I'm talking about.
Was Nick Marshall last year?
Anyways, he turned Nick Marshall. I don't think Nick Marshall was anything that special.
No, he wasn't. But he turned him around, and he became the guy.
What I'm saying is, he's had time to recruit. I just don't think he's invested too much time in a quarterback.
I don't, and I have no idea why. But whatever. I mean, if that's what happens, that's what happens. Yeah, I know, right?
So Alabama's playing the old Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers.
And I said, when I predicted the quarterback for Bama, I said that initially that I thought Jalen Hurts was going to be the guy. He ended up being the guy, but that was 2 weeks ago. And last week I came out and said that, well, they narrowed it down to 2 and Jalen Hurts didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
But then they came out and the 2 that the report said that I'm pretty sure was what Nick Saban said, were not even the 2 guys that were it. Jalen Hurts and Blake Barnett were the 2 guys that were the starters.
Yeah.
And the guy that has the most experience is like third on the list now.
Was that at the beginning of the game?
Yeah. Blake Barnett started. He's a
Right.
redshirt freshman.
Yeah.
He got pulled because they said that he looked very nervous.
Right.
And Jalen Hurts came in, and he just looked very poised, and he just like he had control of the team. But I expect that Jalen Hurts will start against Western Kentucky, and I think all the quarterbacks will probably get playing time since
Yeah.
it's Western Kentucky.
But they're going to like try to narrow it down, I guess, to one person. Yeah. Hopefully Auburn can do that too, but whatever.
Then LSU is playing Jacksonville State. Let's hope they're not on upset alert.
Yeah, like Auburn was last year.
Yeah.
J-State. Shout out.
Auburn, they actually won that game last year, right?
Yes, but they almost lost.
They did. I would have laughed.
Did it go to overtime? I think it went to overtime.
It did.
Did it?
I was so
Oh my
so
God.
disappointed when they didn't lose that game.
Yeah, I bet you were.
You got an SEC matchup: Mississippi State versus South Carolina.
Ooh.
Mississippi State lost to South Alabama last week. Can we?
Oh, yeah.
Can we all just
Dude,
Talk
what
about
was it?
that.
7 SEC teams lost last week?
something like that?
It was like
it
a
was like-
record. And then
Wow.
two of the top 5 teams lost in one weekend. First weekend. So
I think it
that's
was
like
3. I think it came out to be 3.
Was it? Because it was going to be FSU if they lost.
Okay,
It was,
that
it was
might
two
have
of
been
the
what I
top
was
5.
thinking.
It was 2 of the top 5.
Yeah, it was. It was Oklahoma and
That's had happened in years.
LSU. No.
LSU and no.
LSU was top 5.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, it was LSU and
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oklahoma, I think they pulled up a stat that every year Oklahoma's ranked in the top 5, they always finished unranked.
Ooh.
Nice.
I think that's what it was.
Ouch. Under Bob Stoops.
Yeah. We got TCU and Arkansas.
That should be a good game.
I think that's going to be a good game. That might be the one to watch this week.
yeah.
As far as, big teams matching up.
I was going to put the times and the channels on here, but I didn't have time. But
Didn't have time for the time.
I didn't have time for the times. Yo, dog. Heard you like time.
Well, okay. Doesn't look as good as week 1, but hey, college football season's still here, so I guess I can't complain.
Yeah. You got something to do on Saturdays now. Wait a minute.
What? The quiz?
Biz Quiz. It's time for Biz Quiz.
It is. Are you sure? This wasn't
I
on the
won
list.
last week for the first time.
Wait a minute. No, you're tied up now.
So we're tied up now again?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, it's my turn to pick, though, right? Whose turn is it to
Eric picked last week, right?
Yeah.
pick? Did he?
Special guest pick.
Guest courtesy. Play the music. You play the music, or I'm going to kill you. Let me pull up my handy dandy spreadsheet. The spreadsheet of destiny.
You have a spreadsheet?
That's where I keep all the questions. It's on the lockbox.
Destiny.
Somebody said destiny. Okay. Play the music. I'm sorry. Let me pull up the categories here.
Hurry up and play music.
Play the music. Are you writing on this table? Play the music.
Because there's no other marks.
All
on
right. Go ahead. Ugh. The stream's like throwing up or something.
Looks like I need glasses.
I know. What is
I
this?
can't see that, bro.
There it goes. Okay.
What in the world? All right,
computer's
let's go
melting.
with science for
Nothing.
1700.
Wow, that is so stupid.
What? What's wrong with science, bro?
You got a thing against science? Science.
This is so stupid.
Okay. Oh, this is easy. God. Play the music.
Watch me not know it.
Yeah. What? Are you ready?
Yes.
For the category of science, what is the hardest known substance, or what is the hardest substance known to man? Play the music.
Substance?
Substance or element?
Just substance. Don't overthink this. Let's go with your first.
Hardest?
Hardest. Uranium.
Unobtainium.
Do you really use that word at work, too?
What?
You ever use that word at work, unobtainium? No. I use it. When you can't
Top
find
10
something.
almost died on me.
When you can't find something,
Yeah.
say it's unobtainium.
It's unobtainium. Okay. So the hardest known substance to man is. Brad says titanium.
Ooh.
Chris, you said diamond. Diamond is the correct answer.
Yes.
Victory lap.
Titanium. Titanium is actually very soft.
I don't know.
But structurally, titanium is a very strong substance.
Right.
When it's in like a structure. For
By
example,
itself.
yeah. Well, it's kind of hard to explain without going into really
Metallurgy.
deep metallurgical detail.
I got metallurgy.
For example, if I had a bridge, I would much prefer it be made out of titanium than diamond.
Yeah, diamond.
The strength-wise. I mean, cost-wise.
Titanium's lightweight, though, right?
Well, it's lightweight,
Because
but
it had
it's
some give.
very strong. There's a difference between strong and hard.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's a difference between being strong and being hard. Did you know that?
Yes.
Just stop saying hard, please.
Hard, yeah.
No more. Well, that was a quick biz quiz.
Well, that was. I think that's the quickest I think we've ever done.
Let me see. Hard.
And I'm actually ahead now.
I thought you were going to say I'm actually hard now.
That'd be awkward,
So much
bro.
for the clean PG.
Well, now it's time for Tanglers.
What are you talking about being hard, man?
I don't have any of the graphics for that loaded. So, screw you. Already. We're just going to skip over the video games.
I think
We don't have any video games this week, bro. We've got some Mario Karts or something.
We didn't even talk about Apple.
We'll save that
You can pull that
Save it for what?
for when they actually come out. We could talk about the phone when it comes out.
All right. Whatever.
Yeah,
Screw
we've gone
you.
pretty long this week.
Yeah, I know. It's all right.
I think football stole the show tonight.
Did. We're all really giddy.
Giddy.
So if you are unfamiliar with the show, this is the topic box section, and what we like to do with this box we have in the middle of the table is we like to pass it around and we all pull topics out. We like to discuss the topics. Once we've all pulled a topic out and discussed, the topic box segment will conclude. We have a couple of special rules. Number one being if you pull your own topic, you must put it back. Number two is, of course, no rodeos. And number three is if you pull a topic, you must entertain that topic. Number four has been struck down because number three has been added. So, without further ado, Chris, please pull the first topic.
Oh, boy.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
All right. And I've had this before, and I've had this dilemma before.
Is it a snowblower?
No, it's a listener submitted
Oh, okay.
buggies versus carts.
Uh-oh. This is
Uh,
the debate of the century.
The
You see, my
regional
mom.
debate.
I go to the grocery store with my mom every now and then. I'll go,
Yeah.
when I'm up there visiting. Go get a buggy. Go get a what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What the heck is a buggy? Where did somebody even come up with that? Just get a cart.
Yeah.
get a
Go
cart.
get a cart. Yeah.
Why do people think that a cart is a buggy? I never understood that.
It goes with the soda and pop and Coke
Pop.
thing.
So is a buggy a northern thing or is it a southern
I
thing?
I
don't
think
know.
it's southern.
It's
think
got to
it's
be southern.
Because my mom calls it, go get a buggy. What? I'm not going to, what are we talking
No,
about?
speak English.
Speak English.
Yeah.
or speak, what? A buggy?
I'll interchange them.
say
I'll say
shopping
some.
cart.
Just either one.
Go give me a bug.
Give me a buggy. Give me a cart.
Do you say buggy?
Yeah, sometimes.
Loser.
Loser.
Do you like to
Sure.
do you like to get buggies and
Get them buggies.
get the buggies and fly them down the road on your car?
Hang them out the side of my window.
Yeah, and just let them go.
I've never done that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Never done that?
I don't know.
And hit other things?
I don't know.
Hit curbs and...
I don't know what you're talking about. I saw it on a YouTube video.
It's cool. It's cool.
You can't prove that.
No, definitely carts. Buggies, that word actually bothers me.
It does. It's one of your pet peeves, like
It is.
words that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I like the bed noise.
What?
I don't know why.
You can just play that whenever you talk about a topic now.
Oh my god!
Every time, please.
All right. Stop. Don't shake
It really
the table.
sounds like you're
No,
squeaking the
stop.
table.
I know it does.
This table's
I'm moving
gonna break.
the table. No, it won't. This table will last.
Yeah,
it
no,
will endure.
your
Did you
head-
guys see the? Speaking of tables, did you guys see the video of the studio that I'm going to make this thing into?
Yeah.
With a picture. Isn't that amazing?
Graceland.
What?
That was crazy.
Wasn't it pretty cool?
Yeah, it was cool.
All right, this is another
Old school
listener
tube and
submitted
everything.
topic. It says favorite Spanish word.
Huh?
And
K?
I have a feeling I know what this listener wants me to say,
K?
which is biblioteca.
Biblioteca. Do you know this listener?
Donde
I do.
está la biblioteca?
Favorite Spanish word? Sí.
Donde está la biblioteca
I
en
like,
Los
I like the
Gatos?
word sí.
El baño.
Los Pantalones.
Where's the library in your pants?
Maybe.
No, it's lo tengo el gato en los pantalones.
I don't know what you just said.
I've got
a
the
cat in my pants.
You got a cat in your pants? Dude, you better get it out. Yeah. I like
I like pantalones. It's pretty cool.
yeah, Pantalones it's one of those it's like
I forgot about biblioteca.
that's pretty funny.
Everybody forgets about biblioteca.
Nobody goes to the biblioteca,
Exactly.
that's why.
That's
man.
Sorry, yeah, I got to agree with you. That's probably the biblioteca. Yeah.
I took 3 years of Spanish and I don't
I took-
remember.
And I never went to the biblioteca.
Did you take
I
it?
don't
Did you
even
take it
know.
in college?
No.
I took Spanish in college.
I avoided that.
I made 1C in college,
that was it.
and it was in
Spanish.
Spanish.
Now you're Monica, right?
Well, she's American.
I'm
But-
saying she speaks Spanish, right?
She does. My fiance,
Yeah.
soon-to-be wife, is
Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Right.
Well, I mean, she speaks it, and her family is.
No, I know. I'm saying
Texas.
like that was the one class you did bad in, but now
Yeah,
you got somebody
still
in
don't
your
know it.
house
I
that
like-
speaks
like-
Spanish.
I've tried to learn. Like they say that the easiest way to learn as an adult, because it's harder to learn a second
Yeah,
language as an
yeah.
adult than it is a child.
Right.
But as an adult, they say the easiest way to learn it is to watch soap operas. And I've tried
Really?
it. Yeah. Because you learn the story, you
Okay.
learn the habits of the characters, you learn.
Oh man.
And so you kind of predict what they say.
Oh, so
But so you kind
you're
of
guessing based on what's going on.
Well, why
Yeah,
don't you?
you can put a lot of the cues
I got
together.
a
okay.
I got the perfect soap opera for you.
What's that?
Monday Night Raw.
What?
No.
The hell?
It's not in Spanish, though. It's not in Spanish. If it weren't Spanish,
You can turn on
Sap.
Yeah,
if it
Sap.
were in Spanish, I would
turn on
still
Sap.
not watch it.
He won't watch it.
I would still not watch it. See, you couldn't like try to learn Spanish. You couldn't like practice your Spanish and watch like a football game that's been broadcast. Because I mean,
Right.
it's almost impossible to know like what. Okay, like
Because you gotta go back and be like, wait, what did he say for football?
why did he? Why
El
is he saying
football.
this? So you got to have like a connection.
Actually, it's
I've never been good with that stuff.
was it
So.
El Football Americano or something?
Americana? I guess I don't know. Who knows? I really
American
don't know.
football.
America.
America. Sorry.
Is what is that? No, what is that? You got it. What was the one of the
It
rules?
wasn't-
Did you
it
didn't
was
say the
mine.
rules?
What?
You
was
didn't say the
mine.
rules.
I did say the rules.
That was not yours.
Another user submitted one.
Wow, he's a popular guy tonight. Is it the same user?
Yes.
Wow.
Anyways, blowing my mind.
I hope you're listening to us tonight, user. I was gonna say his name, but I was
Listener,
like,
listener.
user.
User.
User. Why did you say user, bro?
You said it.
You said it.
You,
I
You
said
pulled the
listener.
first topic.
I said listener.
I said listener.
No.
Somebody said user. You said user.
No.
I personally believe.
Are you gonna interrupt me again, or
Oh, you're good to go.
no? I promise. 3D versus 2D movies.
Oh gosh.
This is a legit question.
How about 3D videos?
Never,
Hurt my eyeballs.
never 3D.
Never 3D.
Never
I mean, I
3D.
don't. I would prefer.
unless I'm in Disney World.
I would just prefer not to just sit around my living room wearing glasses or sunglasses.
Well, let's just say going to the movies then. You'd prefer 2D.
I'd prefer just 2D, just because I can get the same story.
I will say this. Like,
I'm a dramatic person.
I avoid 3D movies like
Gives
crazy.
you a headache.
Like the plague.
Yes.
Your kids love them, right?
Not really.
Really?
I mean,
It's gimmicky.
Yes, it is. But like when they started becoming popular to now, they've gotten a lot better with the technology of it. So it looks better than just like the fish pops out.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like the Nemo when they first came. It's just like one fish.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I do see? What I'd like to see one day is like, I don't know how to explain this.
Smell-o-vision.
You've got like, you've got like 2D, right? And you've got 3D, but then I guess
5D.
Well, no. Check it out.
Augmented reality.
In Star Wars, one of the movies, Star Wars, probably all of them.
Okay.
Where they've got like the machine, they hit the button and it like has the holograms that like.
Yeah, the chess.
That I could see that being like they're all around you, and you're like in the story.
Oh, you're in the movie.
Augmented reality.
Yeah.
That's not really.
If it's
I could see that. That'd be pretty cool, but I wouldn't like to wear like something on my face.
Right.
I would like to just be like maybe
like
a projector that would project the holograms around you, and you'd be like,
have you seen that Minecraft video?
HoloLens?
Yeah.
No.
Man.
You have to wear something, but it's augmented reality, and it takes wherever you're at, and it turns that surface or whatever you're in, that room, turns it into Minecraft.
So like you can build stuff from there and
cool.
Yeah.
So can you go to the space shuttle, the control room?
There's no space shuttle.
Space shuttle control room, and like take a picture of it, and then you get a Minecraft space shuttle control room.
Sure.
Cool.
Now, actually, Microsoft started shipping out the.
You got to teach me how to play Minecraft.
Yeah, I know. SDK versions of the HoloLens, and I think IGN's been doing it. And the one guy that was testing it out, he said, "This thing is like awesome."
I guess
and I can see that.
My problem I have with it is having to wear the personal device. You know?
Yeah, I know.
I just want to like just get home, get my underwear, maybe lay in the sofa, get some Cheetos, lay in my beanbag chair naked eating Cheetos or something like that, and just have holograms all around me,
Right.
Just like, I'll just watch a story. I'll just be like involved,
Well, I mean, I gotta start somewhere, I guess. But going back to like you being in the movie or whatever with the holograms, like with Oculus Rift, the 3D, the VR headsets, like they actually have movies that are like 3D movies, but they're like, the 360 movies. So like
that bothers me. That's hard.
You turn your head and you see stuff.
It drives me nuts
there.
on the phone. Like when you get those 360 things on Facebook,
like,
and you got you're like laying in bed, and you're like, crap, I want to see what's behind me, and you got to like get up and like look at the pillow and stuff. It's so stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, it's on your head, so all you're doing is looking
it's cool technology. Like I saw the Blue. Did you guys see the Blue Angels flight?
No.
On that 360, that was pretty cool because you could like see what the pilots are doing. And like they put on their camera, like the camera on their head.
Yeah.
And you see everything that they see out of every angle, and it's pretty cool. But that's probably the coolest one I've seen, though.
Yeah, I mean, like that's more of like a gimmicky.
Yeah.
Like,
but it is pretty cool.
Yeah. If it's the right thing.
Yeah.
It's not just some crap.
You're some crap.
Hey. Well, we made it to 40.
Wow.
Made it to 40, so we're all going to celebrate with Edward 40 hands.
You don't have that clip, do you? I put it
next time I go to Tennessee, I'm going to get some 40s for you guys.
Is that legal there?
Yeah. Right? Are they legal in Alabama, too? Or illegal?
No, you can only buy like 20-somethings.
Yeah, something weird.
24s.
I didn't put the clip on my board, sorry.
I made it just for this.
Roger roll, Discovery.
Sorry.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Go ahead over to Facebook and give us a like. Subscribe to us on iTunes and leave us a review. Stream our episodes on Google Play Music. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch our episodes there now. Subscribe to us on the TuneIn app if you prefer that medium. Any questions, comments, you want to contribute to the topic box, shoot us an email at almosthalfway1@gmail.com or post them to our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. We have a Twitter account now. That's at Almost Saturday. Again, guys, for everything the Almost Saturday Podcast, that's thealmostsaturdaypodcast.com. Week 1 of the college football season is in the books, and episode 40 is now in the books. For all of us here at the Almost Saturday Podcast, we out.